What is happening, my blocked buddies? Today, I get to bring some awesome news. Well, it's actually sort of like a rumor, I guess. I'm not really sure what this really qualifies as because it's totally new. It's something that I haven't seen before. It's a, rumor on the Nintendo Switch, but very specifically, it's a rumor on games. So this is blocked content where we discuss all the latest news in video games and media. And today, we see something really interesting because there have been leaks on a certain franchise called Kirby, on a certain franchise called Rabbids and Super Mario, maybe a little bit of Mario Kart as well, maybe some Splatoon. So I think let's just dive right into it, okay? So I was searching around for some more Switch news, as I do very often, to bring you guys the latest, and what I found was really interesting, okay? So Laura Kate Dale's Twitter was actually stuffed with comments like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this leak? And I was like, wait, I've never seen that leak before. So I actually went to a link on an Imager website, which I have the website actually in the comments if you want to see these pictures for yourself where they came from. But they're also in this video, so there's no really like a point to do that. But they have logos from potentially the Switch Direct, from the Switch Direct that's upcoming on the 12th, and it's really cool because it's logos for the new games. It's logos for brand new Switch games that they're already revealing here. And I don't know if it's real. What I do know is that these logos are very inventive, very awesome, and that they spark my imagination. And it's worthy to note that all these logos are, except for the Kirby game, for games that we know about from a few leaks. We don't really know for sure if these things are going to happen, especially I have my doubts about the Rabbids game. It's a really weird matchup to me, but it feels like it's going to work because these logos look really, really real. So I'm just going to dive right into it. It says March 17th under every single one of these images, which a lot of people have already conspired to be the Switch release date, which I don't really know if it will be, but it's interesting to see. I mean, if all these games were to be available at launch, especially for a game like a new Mario RPG kind of game, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, that's never really happened to have like a Mario Kart on launch. And well, let's just dive into it, okay? So the very first image is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, this was an easy one to fake if this was a fake, because the logo is steadily available, and it really feels like they're trying, if this is a fake, they're trying to go for like this is what the Direct will kind of look like with, the graphic design of the red bars and stuff like that. So if this were to be a fake, this would be the easiest image because you don't really have to make a new logo for it. So the second one that I want to dive into is also the one that's a bit weird, because as you guys know, if someone makes a leak, you always make a picture of something, you always skew it around a little bit, you always blur it a little bit, and this picture is done exactly those things. It's a logo for a new Kirby game, and I don't really know what exactly it's trying to say. And no one online really seems to know this as well. I've been searching around so much for the exact title, but it just says Kirby and the scribble something. So I don't really know. Maybe, if I were to like suspect a title or something, it's like Kirby and the scribble bungee cord. I don't know. It says a B after it or something like that. So Kirby and the scribble something, right? This is supposedly a new Kirby game, and it looks like they're kind of building on the idea of Kirby's Epic Yarn and doing a new visual style that they're trying out. And here it looks to be, pen-drawn scribbles, which could work really well. Maybe this game as visual style is very close to the very first Kirby's Dream Land, where everything was, of course, black and white. That would fit really well with the black outlines. I think they could do a really interesting art style and kind of have it in the same vein as Epic Yarn as well, with these scribbles bouncing up and down, and Kirby, being drawn into new outfits, being drawn into new vehicles. So having a scribble art style could work really well, but I do think that for the Switch, there is of course no stylus or anything like that. And a scribble game, kind of says to me, hey, maybe there's some drawing involved here to solve puzzles or to do attacks or something like that. Maybe draw a path for Kirby like we've known from like different games that Kirby's been in. But there is none of that. We do have a touch screen on the Switch, but I've not heard anything about a Kirby game. I've not heard anything about a Scribble Kirby game, and it's just a little bit weird. This is the only game that doesn't have a real clear, definitive title shown, which is funny because, you know, Laura Kate Dale mentions that there's actually a tweet about this. She says, "The fact the Kirby game, the only one that has not yet been reported on, is the one whose full title isn't in the photo, suggests that it's fake." So that's Laura Kate Dale's thoughts on this, because it's not complete and this is the only real, you know, new lead that these guys have. Yeah, it's pretty weird. There is an account for this guy. He's called Dragonite74, and he posts just some meme pictures and stuff like that. And he also posted this supposed Switch leak, right? But we'll call it a rumor for now. So we've got the Zelda thing, we've got the Kirby thing. I think that it could work, but I think it's too early in the life cycle for a Kirby game. It doesn't really say when it will release, but I think we can safely assume that it will also be March or something like that. I don't really know if there will ever be like a mainline Kirby game at launch available. I don't think so. So, yeah, the third game is where everyone is going wild. I mean, this is Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So a lot of things strike me about this that's a bit weird. I'm going to name them all, but mostly it's a combination of the graphic design is off a little bit. I don't think that the Rabbids game would not have the title of Mario in it, because that's what sells, right? Not just the image of Mario on the box art, but, you know, Rabbids, Super Mario, Mushroom Kingdom Battle, I don't know, the Mario RPG, Rabbids, Invasion, something like that. But Kingdom Battle sounds kind of like Hyrule Warriors. I don't really know if they're gonna go that route. I don't think they will. The logo kind of looks cool when you first look at it, but if you kind of really zoom in on it a little bit, you see a lot of things that don't really make sense, right? I mean, the Kingdom Battle logo, like the text for Kingdom Battle looks really cool. I think it looks very Mario, and it's not the standard font that we've come to know and love. So it is something handmade and new. However, the mushroom that is in this logo is very much the, you know, the Mario mushroom, of course, but it's very much the Super Smash Bros. Mario icon. And I don't really think that Nintendo, you know, uses all these Smash Brothers icons for the actual franchises. They never explicitly directly use those symbols. They are, you know, the Smash symbols, so we can see all these different symbols in the games, but not used like in those games. Like, oh, this mushroom stands for the Mario franchise. I mean, Mario's M is more like Mario's franchise icon for real, right? This is Mario's Smash icon, and I don't think that, yeah, it makes sense, you know, Mushroom Kingdom Battle or something like that, but it just strikes me as a little bit odd that they would use this. And also the outline for the little explosion on the side, which is also not finished on the right side next to the word battle, which is really weird. The outline is thinner than the battle font's outline, and the mushroom outline, and the Rabbids outline. So this has a lot of design flaws on it when I first just see it, so it's a bit weird. The other leak right here is one of my favorites because it looks so cool. This is Mario Kart Switch. And what I think is cool about this logo, there are a few things that I think might be off with it, but I think that one thing is really cool. They flipped that 8 on the side, and now it's an infinite logo, right? And that stands for, you know, it is Mario Kart 8, but with a lot more stuff in it. And also Mario Kart Switch, I don't really know. I think it breaks the Mario Kart cycle a bit, you know? I mean, we've done with numbered entries, but are we really going back to non-numbered entries after, you know, 7, 8? I mean, it's weird. We just got back on track, right? I mean, we need our Mario Kart 9. So will this not be a real Mario Kart, right? So the Switch part of the logo looks really cool, but I think the arrows to the side are very unneeded, and I think Nintendo would never kind of do that graphic decision. So I love the 8 flipped on its side as an infinite thing. So maybe they could have called it Mario Kart Infinite, right? Like the new Marvel vs. Capcom game. Would work really well with that logo. The logo would also make a bit more sense. But right now, it is my favorite logo from the pack, but I don't necessarily believe in it all that much. But I do think that it looks really cool, and it makes sense because Mario Kart for Switch would probably have all the DLC of the Wii U game, Mario Kart 8, and some more stuff. So I would be in for something like this. It will be a quick sell for Nintendo, but I just don't think this particular image. I don't think many of these leaks are really true, but it does spark my imagination, because seeing these logos, I mean, that's the first time we've really seen fake logos for the Switch, right? We only have to wait just a little while, and the last one is Splatoon. And there have been rumors, is it just called Splatoon? Is it called Splatoon with a 2 instead of the double O, which was my favorite? No, it's actually called, it's not even Splatoon Refresh. It's called Splatoon Remixed. And Remixed, I actually like, because there is, of course, a bit of a music theme, a bit of a fun vibe to the Splatoon game. And I think Remixed makes sort of sense for that franchise. But here again, I think that the graphic design is having a little bit of a few flaws with, clashing with the style just a little bit. I think that the font looks very close to what we had in Splatoon, but I think that the shading isn't as thick as it is in the original logo. I think it's really weird that the pink of the logo still has a little bit of outline on the bottom, but doesn't really do an outline, especially at the top of the D, and it still does it on the other sides. So it's a little bit sloppily made, but to me, Splatoon Remixed makes sense as a title, and it makes sense as a game, because I think that this will happen for sure. And I think that this leak kind of correctly predicts what I think will happen, which is that they won't be secretive about that it's straight up ports with more content. I mean, showing that it's Mario Kart 8 flipped on its side, so showing that it's Splatoon Remix and not Splatoon 2 or something. To me, that makes perfect sense. So that is my favorite part about the leak. But I have my doubts about this leak. I want to know what you guys think, so put your thoughts down in the comments. Would you like to see Kirby and the Scribble bungee cord? Would you like to see Rabbids Kingdom Battle? Would you like to see Mario Kart Infinite or Mario Kart Switch? And would you like to see Splatoon Remixed? These would presumably be launch titles. Put it down in the comments. Let me know. I'll react to you guys. I'll see what you guys are up to. And if you are new to Block content, we've been growing so much the past few times. I wanted to do a live stream when I hit 2,000 subs. I now have 2,500. I have now 2,500 and over subs, which is crazy, and it's growing so fast within days. I'm so happy about that. So please join the family and get all that Nintendo Switch news while it's hot. And it will be even hotter when the Nintendo Direct comes, because we'll have discussions up on it. We'll do analyses of all the new videos that come in from Nintendo, all the new games. So it's going to be, quite a time for Nintendo fans. So I hope you guys stick around. Please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time, because around the corner there is always more Nintendo Switch news.